Okay. But as soon as I go back home, it's like I'm like, Mom, I'll be back. I go straight to LA. Now that I'm an adult.
All right, and how old are you?
I am 27. I'll be 28 next week.
Okay, wonderful. Well, happy early birthday.
I'll say we're crazy. We're just, you know, different.
What's the duality?
We're different. Sasha Fierce going on.
Where you from? I mean, what brought you here?
What brought me here is change. I had a child at 15 years old. I was pregnant when I was 14, and I knew that Georgia had one of the best school systems in the world. So I wanted to come. I moved here a while ago. My father lived here, and so I came out, visited, left, did that, went back and forth about 2-3 times. And then I decided when I was about 20 that I really wanted to live here, and I actually did like it. So I moved 3,000 miles with my child. I was 21, barely 21 years old. She was 5 at the time, and started a whole new life. Didn't know one soul here, moving 3,000 miles. So, and I've been here ever since. Been here 7 years now.
Okay, very cool. Well, what started you into modeling?
You know, I've wanted to model ever since I was 12, 13 years old, but since I had a child so young, I kind of had to put the dream on hold. Okay. And I had to drop out of school for a while, but I did end up going back, and I got my diploma, which was very important to me. So I made that happen. I actually got my diploma a few months before I moved here. So, but I've always wanted to model. I love fashion. I love the whole industry. I love everything about modeling.
Everything about modeling. And who's your fashion icon?
I would have to say Tyra.
Oh, really?
But you know what? I love Kimora and I love Heidi Klum as well, but Tyra because she's such an intelligent, grounded, humble, just real human being, let alone African American. So honestly, I didn't like her a long time ago because she's with Chris Webber, but that's a whole different story. But I like Tyra Banks is definitely my ultimate. She's just trying to be the next Oprah. She's not stopping by no means. She's just hitting the ground running.
And now,
thank you so much. Thank you.
Somewhat. I don't watch it faithfully like every week, but I do catch up a little bit. I know that Paul Pierce is pretty fierce.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I follow it somewhat. I used to watch football when Michael Vick was on the Falcons. Went to a few games, so yeah. I've done things like I did a calendar for Atlanta Dimes. I've done a few little commercials like for Oxford Street. I was actually blessed to do a fashion show for Dolce & Gabbana at Chateau Elan. They needed a model last minute. And it's funny because I used to be almost 30 pounds heavier. And so I got a call from my friend that had worked with MTV, and he said they need a model, and it was runway, and I'm only 5'7", barely 5'7", without heels. And I was like, okay, I'll definitely do it. But they had models flying from New York, so I was almost a little, you know, I was a little timid. But I got up there, and they had me in complete undergarments with a fur on, and honestly I was sweating. I felt so nervous. But let me tell you something, that was the most like phenomenal moment besides having my child of my life, as far as I was feeling very insecure about my weight and everything else, and I came out on stage and they were cheering and screaming for me, and it was nothing but very, very upscale, elite, you know, very wealthy people, and I come out on stage, the heavyweight model, and for the people to scream, and I teared up. As soon as I got off stage, I was like crying. I was so excited. It just made me feel so great and empowering. You know, it made me feel so wonderful. But I lost weight working out, very, very heavy. I used to work for Hooters for 5 years, so working at that type of environment and eating that type of food, you know, it was bad news bears. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but I knew how bad I wanted to modeling, and I wanted to cross over mainstream and try to get, you know, I mean, I want to do the commercials, I want to do the print, I want to be in Vogue one day, I wanted, you know, so many aspirations and goals, so I knew what I had to do. I knew that I had to lose weight, I had to trim down, so I went from a size 7 to a 9 jeans, to a 0, and now I'm at a 2 now. I gained a few pounds back, but drinking lots of water, working out, being dedicated, being very, very dedicated, having the willpower. I love chocolate, but I had the willpower.
What would you say your end goal was? I mean, I know you saying about the modeling, but is your end goal to be in the entertainment industry, or is it to be something specific?
You know what?
It's all good.
My ultimate goal, I really, truly want, besides being a phenomenal mother, because that's most important to me. My daughter's almost 13, so that's most important to me, to be a good parent, especially since I'm a single parent at that. But I want to do entertainment broadcasting. I'm very personable. I love meeting new people. I love experiencing new outlets. And I just think that even though I haven't really done a lot of on-camera work as far as hosting, things like that, I don't think that it would be a problem. Everyone's nervous, a little nervous, and has to get comfortable. But to me, I don't think it'll be a problem at all.
Do you think you'll be comfortable talking about a very wide range of topics, everything dealing with religion and
I definitely think so, and I definitely think so, and I definitely am going to be doing research. And as far as I'm not going to say I'm a whiz, because there's a lot of things that I don't know. As far as I don't know the in-depth topics to the swine flu, but I just got back from Cozumel, and it's funny, barely a month ago, and then all this happened. So I do know a little bit, pretty much about everything.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm a genius as far as a lot of it, but especially when it comes to fashion and actors, actresses, the whole industry, I pretty much know a lot about that. But I would definitely be doing my research and be on top of it. If I got the position, I would definitely pretty much know everything about everything. But in the meanwhile, besides, I do have a pretty busy schedule, so I'm not able to keep up on a lot of things day to day. But I tell you something, it's crazy. The major topics that's going on in the world each day that are on the Yahoo screen when you log on every day, that's my 10-20 minutes every day. I click on that before I even go into my email every single day, and I read up on what's going on. So at least I'll know something. I don't want to be completely illiterate to everything.
What about wasn't it Miss Los Angeles? California.
Miss California.
That had that big controversy because she said she didn't believe in gay marriage. Do you think, because we've talked about this so much, I think we've really almost exhausted the subject.
Yeah.
But do you think that you would agree with gay marriage? Because, if you did, because you agree with it, or because of a desensitivity that's going on? We've talked about it so much, and now it's almost popular to stand on that side of it.
You know what? It's just, I think they went completely overboard with it, honestly, because it's like if you ask one a question and you ask for their honest opinion, it's like it's almost like, what, should she have lied?
Right.
Because
knowing what you know about what happened with her, would you have said what she said if that was your point of view, or would you have been more diplomatic about it?
Because it's a very hard to answer, and I'm sure that's exactly how she felt, because it's like, honestly, this was 10 years ago. It would have made me sick to my stomach to see stuff like that. But I guess my eyes are open because I've been here for so long. So it's like, to me, honestly, to each his own. And if you love someone, you love someone. It doesn't matter of their race, their religion, their sexuality, anything like that. But it's almost like being in her situation and running for Miss USA. I hate to say it, but that's what people do, and that's what they expect to hear. Like, realistically, if it was me, I would have told exactly how I felt. And it's like, she told exactly how she felt, and how she was brought up, and what she believes in, and she was docked for that. And I don't really feel that was fair at all. I think that because if that's how she's brought up and she doesn't believe in that, so she should actually say, I think that to each his own. It's just how it's worded, and it's just, to be completely honest, I have no problem with it. Absolutely none.